Hello everybody, this is Zaxter99. Today I want to go ahead and share with you exactly how to get into the Rust experimental build. Now today was the first time I was ever able to successfully get into the experimental build. I had tried before. They did an update and they must have changed something because I can now get in. You want to go to your Steam account, go to all your games, like right there under your library. Once there, on the left hand side, find Rust and just right click it, and then you'll choose Try Experimental, just like circled right there. Once you do that, it should go ahead and launch the experimental build, even if you just have the regular build already installed. It takes no time. Now Rust, they're completely redoing the graphics, completely redoing this from the ground up to give you visuals like this aurora here at night, and just make the game all the more spectacular. They're also looking at adding new weapons, such as the saw blade axe right here. This is just kind of something they've been working on here. And they're adding a whole lot of new things. They're even, something I'm excited about into the Rust world, is they're doing procedural worlds, which means randomly generated worlds, kind of like what you might see in Minecraft, and even adding caves where you can go inside of a cave and do your hunting and hiding and battling underground. So that sounds really cool. You might even see bats like this. A lot of this, all these footages and videos are coming from the Play Rust website, www.playrust.com. You can check these out yourself. They pretty much doing updates like every week. And if I get enough response on my channel, I'll also be more than happy to go ahead and do updates. They're completely reworking how all the animals move, trying to give them a realistic touch and feel in the game, making deer run like deer, bears run like bears, and so forth. As you can see, it looks like they're doing a lot of work here to try to give it a more realistic touch and feel. And looks like they're coming along, their progress is coming along pretty well. Now this is what I really like. It shows some footage of a wolf running. You can see it looks a lot different than the deer. Look how detailed that wolf looks. Looks a lot more real than what we got now. He's kind of creeping. Claw in the dirt. Kind of creeping along again. And here we see the wolf scratching its ears. I mean, that's pretty realistic. I'm pretty impressed. If they can get all this going. Even a nice wolf howl there. That will be cool to hear in the game. Now he's kind of growling. Fighting animations. And if you kill the wolf, you might do something like this. That is just really cool. Almost like a dog dying. A dog barking there. Very, very impressive. Really like it.
Is that new Rust? Is that the new Rust, Dad?
Yep. Well, there I was talking to my son. He was like, wow, is that the new Rust? He likes Rust too. Anyway, here I am logging in for the first time. And trying to figure out how to add it to my favorites. It's only one server when you go in, maybe two. It depends on what's available. If you log in and there's not a server available, just try it again at another time. I hear sometimes they're down. And this is kind of how it starts off. Shows you sleeping. And you have to click here to wake up. And you're going to be at a random place in our procedural world. Kind of see the grass blowing in the wind. Nice sun. Nice clouds there. I'm really liking the looks of this so far. I'm not so sure how much I like this procedural world right now. But I guess you'll get used to it. And I'm just trying to figure out how to put my cloth vest on. So you just drag it to one of those slots there. And I go running, jumping. Check out this new brave world. Wee. Here I come up across a dead guy, evidently. This kind of looks weird with arrows in him and a bow on him. I don't know if he committed suicide or what, but maybe he fell asleep like that. I'm not sure. So I start hacking at him here and see blood come out for my first time ever. And it's kind of cool because the blood kind of slows down, kind of like he heals up uh, over time. So here I move on and get my bolt action rifle out, playing around with it. Kind of shooting a rock, just playing around. I find a wolf actually. Kind of surprised to see an animal, but it's just kind of standing there. So I decided to open my inventory up, which again is tabbed just like the old Rust. Try to figure out how to set up a bear trap, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. Evidently it's not implemented at this time. And I encourage you guys, if you guys have Rust, to go ahead and try the experimental version just to see what they're up to. I mean, obviously it's not even, anywhere close to being a playable build yet, but it does kind of give you a feel of what they're trying to do and how they're trying to improve the game. And here I shoot the wolf, got him bleeding from the head. Now, a big reason they are rebuilding this game is to make it a lot easier to add changes and implement changes, basically streamline it and make it just a lot more fluid, better game. Just looks really good, though. I think that wolf looks really awesome. Here I'm kind of running up and decide to try this foundation thing out, see what they've got so far. So you just kind of lay out the framework for what you want to build. Each of those is a foundation. And I found out you have to get close to the foundation for it to turn white. So my problem here was I just wasn't getting close enough to it for it to turn white. Your body has to be close to it, like right there. And then you can lay a foundation out. Looks like it takes like 50 wood right now or something. And then once you lay the foundation out, as long as you have enough wood, you hit it with your hammer, and wood comes out of your inventory and starts building. And it kind of slowly starts progressing. The green sparks evidently mean it's working. Wood's going into your foundation. And if you get the pink sparks, then it means you're out of wood. Now I'm sure they're going to figure out a better way to do this once everything's all implemented and complete, but for now that's kind of how it's working. See the pink sparks there means I'm out of wood. Now here I decided to try to destroy my foundation, see how easy that is, see what that looks like. Start whacking it here, and starting to get wood back into my inventory, which is really nice. Now you can see it's broken, and I keep hitting it, I believe, and break it all the way, make a big mess. So that's what a broken foundation will look like. I'm sure it'll look more like wood when the whole thing's complete, instead of looking like some kind of futuristic tile or something. And I'm kind of showing how much wood I have left. It looks like it gave me all the wood back except for the wood that each foundation outline cost. So it looks like you lose that, at least right now. But you do get all the other wood back from breaking it down. So if they leave that like that, that might be interesting. People will be going around breaking down bases just to try to get more wood. It might be easier than hacking down trees. I'm not sure. I'm sure they'll have to find the right balance for that eventually. Here I'm kind of seeing is, okay, that looks like a different rock. It's getting to be night, so I can't really see it, but I start whacking it and I start getting stone. And I was actually surprised to see that in this build, that you could actually gather stone. I tried it on a couple of more rocks that looked just the same, and I didn't get any stone, so I don't know what's up with that. And here I kind of take a look at the night sky and kind of in awe of how good it looks compared to what Rust looks like now in its current build. I'm just kind of like, wow, that looks really nice. So here I see another player, and he kind of messes with me here. Tries to attack me with a bow or an axe or something here. I think he starts off trying to shoot me and then decides to go to an axe. And that was really weird looking, like it looked like it shows the slash, and then I guess I'm bleeding there. Looks really weird. Hopefully they make the blood look more like blood and less like orange in color. and then he kills me. So I respawn again in another location in the world. I like the looks of the grass and the hills and everything like that. I'm just not so sure that I'm in love with the way the world is. Like I like the mountain ranges and stuff like that in the current world. This is almost too flat, too much rolling hills. Here I come across a dead body, and this definitely looks like he's broken, but his head's still alive and kind of dancing around. It was really bizarre, really freaky looking. And here I see some water and jump up over a rock and decide I'm going to try to make a run for it and see how this new water works. In the current Rust, you know that if you touch water, you instantly die. So I was kind of anxious to see how swimming and how water interaction worked. So I jump in. Hopefully they make it so you can see a little better. I don't know what all the white light is about, but you can kind of see your shadow on the bottom floor. It looks like you can go underwater. I'm sure you at some point you'll have to go up for breath when they get it all completed. Try shooting an arrow down under the water just to see if it works. Just testing stuff out to see how things work right now. And what's cool is when I look up under the water, I see this night sky and the moon all blurry. But when I come up to the surface, it all goes into crystal clear focus. Really nice. And I like the way the water looks. It's not actually too bad. I'm just not real impressed with all the white light underneath the water. That kind of looks a little bizarre, so hopefully they work on that a little bit. Now I'm kind of deciding to shoot the moon. I ain't got nothing else to do. Now if only I had a hack, I could get it right in the head and kill the moon, right? I really hope they get those hacks under control with this new build. You know, I know that's one thing they're really striving for is to put in their own antivirus and make things a lot easier and make the whole game run a lot better. They just never anticipated so many people buying their game, I think, and so they had a lot more problems implementing the changes as fast as they needed to, and so they decided to just start all over again. And it looks like they're doing a pretty good job. Looks like they might actually get this build playable by the end of the summer. You know, sometime here pretty soon. We might have a rough build or at least something playable. Here I hack into this guy and kind of got blood coming out both sides of his head. Poor guy. Looks kind of weird. Now I decided to try to figure out this campfire thing, and one thing that they're doing is they're making it so you got to drink in the new build. Right now they just have health, which is 100. That's your orange bar. The yellow bar underneath is your hunger, evidently. They haven't yet implemented the thirst, but thirst is going to be implemented. You're going to have to drink so you don't die. And you can actually get human meat is what their plans are now. And human meat is going to be just as edible, maybe even better than like wolf meat or bear meat. And you're not going to, get any kind of evil karma or anything like that for eating a human that you take down. And it kind of does make sense that if you kill a human, I mean, and you're hungry, why not eat the meat? Meat is meat. So here I kind of looking at the how you extinguish a fire and the new menu options. It's kind of neat. Here I'm figuring out that you got to put wood and loot and your meat, I guess, in the fireplace like that. I couldn't really figure out how to cook it. I don't know if that's implemented yet or, actually in. Here when I tried to drag my wood back to my inventory, it was kind of awkward. I was trying to hold down shift to control to get it all, but it just seemed like it kept coming in portions. And I couldn't really grab the whole pile, and I don't know how you do that. That's probably on me, operator error. The human meat kind of looks like a heart or something. It's kind of weird. But it looks like the user interfaces and everything like that, they're really trying to make everything more user-friendly, clean everything up a lot over where it's at right now. Graphics look like they're going to be a lot better when they get this all done. And it does run pretty smooth. It runs a lot smoother. Granted, we don't have all the players we have on there now, but from what I can see, it looks like they're really doing a nice job. I'm kind of liking what I see here. Like I say, I'm not so sure I'm in love with this procedural world yet. Just kind of looks blah and boring to me. Now here's another thing too, is you can go into third person. Now if you try this experimental build, you can simply go into third person by hitting the F3 button. And that'll take you in where you can see it third person. And I know they are trying to make it so that you can see third person in the new build. Once it's complete, you'll be able to either go first person or third person. And I believe you're going to have to go into first person to like shoot a gun or an arrow or whatever, to shoot your bow. You'll want to be in first person to do that. But it is going to give you a nice back view of your avatar. I don't know what's up with the colored lights as your trail, but I'm sure that won't be in the final build. But kind of looked at the moon again, looking at the sky, and was about to sign off here, but then I decided to try the other function buttons to see if any other buttons did anything else. And I was surprised to see that the F1 button brought up some kind of a developer console. Oh, better get out of that. And F2 actually brought up my menu. Remember how I didn't have any kind of graphics options or anything like that from the main menu from the start? If you hit F2, you do get some different options you can kind of play around with. It looks like they're all probably best by default, at least in my case. But you know, you can hit F2 and kind of play around with those and turn those off and on and see how it looks for you. But I do encourage you guys, if you have Rust, to go into the experimental build and try it out if you haven't already. And that's what it looks like right now. I'm pretty impressed. Go ahead and give me your comments and feedback on it as well. Be sure you share and like this video and subscribe to me if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. This has been Zaxter99.